From the comments of Hero Hayes, the most toxic fandom video, the epitome of filler content. Bro, the entire subreddit you're posting on is filler content for your life. In response to a tweet that asked, which one out of Steven Universe, She-Ra, Korra, and Owl House were the worst? And I guess they're upset at these comments talking about the LGBT community and a correlation, an apparent correlation with toxicity regarding shows that have a lot of LGBT content or something of the sort, as you can see here. And given the subreddit that this was posted on, the context is basically that they disagree with those comments and those comments upset them. Well, interestingly enough, I ran a segment 2 months ago titled "The LGBT Community is Destroying Itself on Pride Month," getting almost 300,000 views. In that video, I went over articles from Quillette and Metro, which were basically dividing the LGBT community by making arguments that certain parts of the LGBT community are more victimized than others and should be given special privileges over other LGBT people. There was even this tweet with over 140,000 likes basically downplaying the experiences of white LGBT people. Now, to be fair, of course, the unfortunate reality is that a black LGBT person, for example, might experience racism and homophobia. However, what's the point in making a tweet and liking a tweet? It got over 140k likes like I showed you. That's just basically insulting other LGBT people, being like, oh, I say this with full offense. It's just like toxic and not productive at all. And you can see in the comments of the video that I made, a lot of LGBT people are talking about how they don't even like that community and they're trying to distance themselves from it or have already distanced themselves from it. So it's just weird when my aunties or just people in general try to act like the LGBT community is this perfect, innocent thing. And for that matter, anyone saying that is probably either dishonest and lying or not actually involved with the LGBT community, because those who are actually involved with it will probably attest to things like bisexuals and asexuals getting discriminated against from other LGBT people. You can also find a lot of evidence on the internet talking about disputes between gay men and trans people. For example, this Reddit thread. You can see some of the comments here. There's also just a lot of like articles about this as well if you want to look more into it on your own. Just to clarify, there's a lot of Reddit threads on this too if you don't like articles. I'm just, giving some examples. I also got to tell you guys, I don't feel like spending my time today on this nice Thursday by doing like a deep dive video talking about the issues in this community. So I'm just going to kind of leave it here. Here's some of the issues. There's more. And I could talk about some anecdotal stuff that's happened to me. I'm not going to be getting into all that here though. I'm going to leave it here. Let me know what you think in the comments. And if you're in the LGBT community or if you're LGBT, maybe you have some experiences that you want to share or any of that sort of thing. I will definitely be interested in reading the comments. Thank you for tuning in. I'll see you there. And in the next segment, which will probably be tomorrow.